Hey, good morning, all the disciples at the disciplemachine.com and everybody else around the world that's watching this on YouTube or somewhere else. Good morning and goddamn the devil. I'm Big Addis and I'm your host here today with Goddamn the Devil and Coffee. And here we go with our opening prayer. Repeat after me. God damn the devil and his cohorts to hell, death, and destruction, and goddamn Islam, which we're going to talk about a little bit today. And may God give us the strength and the wisdom to carry forth what we are meant to do today, each one of us. And might we be used in some way, small or great, to further the cause of Christ, which is to spread the good news of the gospel around the world, making disciples. So that's what we're here to do. We ask all those things in the name of Jesus, the Christ. So, good morning. Friday, the 10th of April. I know that's somebody's birthday in my past life. Um, I'll just keep that to myself. At any rate, what do we have going? First of all, I just got to mention, how crazy it is to be watching prophecy unfold right before our very eyes, day in and day out, 24/7, if you can stand it. I watch it a lot. I don't sleep much. Got the news on quite a bit. I started watching CNN the day I launched. Old Ted Turner. I was in our beach house in Laguna Beach. And also from there, I watched MTV launch its first day. So anyway, CNN, I watched. I hate to use the word. Oh no, it's a good word, religiously, because I hate that word when it applies to Christianity. But in this case, I watched CNN religiously from, I don't know. I guess that was somewhere around 1980, somewhere around 1980, 80, somewhere around 1981, could be even 79, somewhere in there. I started watching CNN, and all the way until 2015, when I just couldn't take it anymore. They just went so far left, and they were just so after Donald Trump at the time, and I just realized it was just so asinine. It was just so left field that I just couldn't take it anymore. And you know what? I never even knew Fox News existed, and that's when I went and looked for just another news source, and I found Fox, and I've just kind of been with them ever since. Not that they're the best, but just about the best we're going to get, and it's what pretty much everybody on the planet is watching. So it does kind of keep you in tune with what everybody is seeing, and thank goodness for Pastor Joe, who, if you don't watch his program, you should. It's every Monday and Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And you can watch it on his website and all kinds of other places. So we go to his website to watch it there. But thank goodness, twice a week we get, his opening comments, which kind of slice through all the bull crap that all the bull spit that we see on the news all the time. So at any rate, um, we're going to get to talking about some of that Islam stuff today. I wanted to first go over to share with you the disciple machine. Let's share. Here we are. Just want to point out that once again have changed the about page, and I'm done. Easy to say because it's so easy to make a change. Just go in there and click and change the sentence or whatever. But I'm going to let this hold for a while. Since I put it up just a few days ago, we've had 2 new members, so that's it's a positive. But I think I've said what I want to say here. And, I want people not to expect a crowd when they get here. I don't think there's ever going to be one, but that's up to God. I'll tell you what, if we ever had 20 or 30 active people really out there discipling, we would absolutely turn the world upside down. So I wish you all would join me on that. And, the members that we have, I know a couple of them are out there discipling every day, and there's the rest of y'all who are just watching. And watching is not discipling. All right, that's being a scaredy cat. All right, so I wanted to, while we were here, go over to the members and just say hello to Rigroll Matthew. He goes by Matthew. Matthew and I have been having a conversation a little bit in chat, and he's very straightforward and so far seems happy to be here. And I look forward to his participation. Then the next one here is Jesus' daughter, who I've also sent a chat to and never got a response. She hasn't said a word, hasn't been on the board, nothing. 3 days in, so we'll let it hang. We go 30 before we remove them, but I wouldn't expect much out of Jesus' daughter unless she wakes up. So, at any rate, welcome to the members. Get involved, start participating, or you'll be gone. That's just that simple. So easy to participate. You just come on and like a comment, make a comment, introduce yourself if you're new, and go from there. I guarantee you will get some response from the members and from myself, and maybe start to you know chisel chisel out your place here in the machine. All right. So looking to my thing, I think I'm sharing my screen, but my monitor over here shows me not sharing the screen. So, oh, I see. You're sure? It says I'm sharing my screen. Oh, well, I really don't know what's going on. But let's go back. I think I'm back. New members, new intro video. Yeah. So if you haven't watched the intro video, you should. All right. So, yeah. Oh, I just wanted to finish how crazy it is watching Iran getting obliterated and still, raising the middle finger up to their conquerors. And that's just the way Islam is. They never give up. They're not going to give up. There's not going to ever be any lasting peace. It's never going to stop. And Islam would win the final conflict, Armageddon, Gog Magog war, if it wasn't for Christ coming back to defeat them. So don't be looking for peace. Look for Islam to be ramping up and getting more and more violent and trying to wipe out Israel. Right now, we're in the Psalm 83 war. So Israel's got some kind of good years ahead of itself in Psalm 83 war. I mean, they're getting attacked and whatnot, but the outcome of the Psalm 83 war is Israel retakes all of the land that was given to them by Abraham. Right now, it's called the Greater Israel. Right now, what we see of Israel, that little slice on the map, that's somewhere around maybe 10% of the original land of Israel. So Psalm 83 has Israel winning and gaining all their land back. And it's after that all hell breaks loose, literally, on Israel. Anyway, so what I want to talk about, I want to talk about something that I just find really curious. Hopefully, I can make a point here. I can prove something, and that is why I cannot get any attention from the Muslim community. Now, I have no death wish. I'm the last person who has a death wish or a serious injury. It's none of that. I've lived my whole life and never more so now, waiting and looking for the rapture and wanting to be here to be one of those that is raised in the rapture, never dies a mortal death, which I've always felt I wouldn't do. So we'll see what happens. But like this picture behind me here, this is the famous what is it, Charlie Hebrew magazine, where this picture of Muhammad. So you're not allowed to ever show any kind of uh, rendition, depiction of Muhammad. All right, that is death. That is death to you, my friend. And so this was that famous cartoon that Charlie Hebrew put out, and got their headquarters blown up, and the artist that did this was killed, and several others were killed, and blah blah blah. And you talk about Salman Rushdie, and the jihad, not jihad, what do they call it? The intifada they put on him, and just go right on down the line. Anytime that you are a public figure and you talk smack about Islam and Muhammad, you are putting a big giant target on your head. So, I'm not wishing for anything. I just trust God. So we'll just see what happens as far as that goes. But I have been making fun of Muhammad and Islam for many years now. Since I first heard about early on with Joe's teaching, like 2010 is when I found him originally. And I listened for a while, and that was early on. So it was hearing all of the last days stuff from the beginning. But I didn't stay there for longer than about a year when I kind of broke off. Found a gal, got married, and kind of went off on my own. And it wasn't until 2017 that I came back. But since 2010, since learning that Islam was the beast, I have been, talking about it and making fun of it and blah 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 it all this time, and never more so than I am right now, presently live as we speak. We'll try to share screen again and kind of show you that I'm not hiding from it, and I far from it. Let me see if it'll work this time. Members calendar. Jesus, MAGA. Let's go here first. Okay. Well, it says I'm sharing my screen, so I'm just going to assume I am, and you can see on jesusmaga.com. I put this big video up here first. Everybody can see this and hopefully get them over to the Disciple Machine. But here is jesusmaga.com, and on it whenever I find news, I post it. So I got a couple articles from the day, and you can click on those and go over to the blog. But what I wanted to show you is across the top here, there are several links to things I want to tell people. One of them is, well, first of all, as far as not hiding, the enemy. Well, the enemy takes you right to islamIsTheBeast.com. All right. So that's not hiding very much. Let's see if I can get back over here. Hopefully I'm still here. And then why now? If I click that. So why now I have on here, because Islam is the last beast of the book of Revelation. Muhammad is the false prophet, man of sin, son of perdition. The 666 mark is a visual name of Allah. And the only thing that will stop us globalization is Jesus. The time is running out before he does. And here I've got this banner all over the place. There's no Muhammad without Ham. I mean, so far, what I've shown you would be, instant beheading, blowing up. Speaking of ham, let me put my ham ears on while we're talking about Muhammad. Muhammad. That's how I pronounce it. Do you know the prophecies that must occur before the return of Jesus Christ? Right now is the time to find out. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and there's only one who can save it before it's too late. The one who promised he would, just in time. Spoiler alert, it ain't Donald Trump. Like the Jews were blinded to Jesus being their long-awaited Messiah, the modern Christian world is blinded too, not recognizing that most all of the events of the last days have occurred, including these events most Christians are still waiting for. And each one of these there's a link to it so they can get clarification, but they're still waiting. The modern Christian church, the modern Christian eschatological world, eschatology, eschatological world, they're all believing that these things are yet to come still. The Great Tribulation, the false prophet is yet to come, that they're still waiting for 6 of the 7 trumpets to blast, and the 7th. They're waiting for the abomination of desolation to be set up. They're waiting to find out who is the 666 person with the mark of the beast on their forehead. And they don't realize that Islam was the last beast of Revelation either. The Christian world has bought the snake oil doctrine of the pre-tribulation rapture. And that link takes you to my pre-tribulation rapture page, and is in full denial that we're presently experiencing all the birth pangs of the imminent return of the Lord Jesus Christ to set up his kingdom on earth. And Jesus MAGA comes like John the Baptist to point out the path to understanding why, when, where, and what to expect beforehand, which is what Exercise does, exercise.com. You all know about that by now, that it is following a list of prophecies that must occur before Christ can come back. So you can stop all the wondering and guessing and follow this, and you'll know how close it really is, and it's really close. All right, so just the point is that Jesus Mag has been, this particular website has been up for, I guess, since 21, so 5 years now. And all it does is make fun of and shed light on and accuse Islam of being the last beast of Revelation and the scourge of the earth, and every freaking name I can give it, right? I'll just say it again. Goddamn Islam, to hell, death, and destruction. So at any rate, so I'm not hiding it here on Jesus MAGA. Well, that's for sure. Let me come back to you here right quick. Bum, bum, bum. Huh. So again, I got my piggy ears on, and I wore my evildoers suck t-shirt, which I made after 9/11 because of what Bush said there, right? He said it, evildoers. He coined the evildoers. At any rate, so back to Muhammad and how I'm not hiding so much. Let me show you something else. Why now? Members calendar, Jesus Magazine. So if you go to jesusmagazine.org, and you can get there from pretty much all my websites, and you go in here and you open the magazine. So in here, you have lists from A to Z of all of my websites. Okay. So you'll see 666 ID. Well, there's the Bismillah, the name of Allah. And you go on down. I mean, there's the abomination of desolation, big pile of devil crap sitting on top of that dome of the rock, which is the abomination of desolation. Allah moon god. And on it goes, folks. Biblical Islam. So on and so on and so on and so on and so on. 100 domains deep. Probably half of them deal with Islam directly. Gog Magog war, harlot woman, Islam is the beast, Lake Hell. You should all go and look at that one. It's pretty interesting. Midas peace plan, the false prophet. Here's the 3 I wanted to show. Muhammad, falseprophet.com, Muhammad, manofsin.com, Muhammad, sonofperdition.com. I mean, these are websites. I've had these are out there and all over the net. And by God, try to find them on Google. You can't. Google hardly shows any of these websites. I mean, Mideast Peace Plan. You'd think if you type that in, you would get this. Or Lost Ark of the Covenant. I mean, I have lostarkofthecovenant.com. You'd think if you typed in Lost Ark of the Covenant, Google would take it right to the website that has that very name, and so on and so on with every one of my names. All right. Just a couple have broken through, and I mean 1 or 2 over all the years. Things changed. When I first started doing this, I owned Google, because when I say that, we're talking, decades ago. Basically, because there wasn't any competition, right? There was nobody else. I mean, very few. It was just getting started, so it was easy to be on the first page of Google. And I was with many websites on the front page for a decade or two. And then everything changed when so much information, so many websites came available, and Google went all left liberal, blah, 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 blah. And so now I'm sure all their algos uh, have targeted every one of my websites because they all come from the same server, right? So it's easy to do. At any rate, just to let you know, I haven't been hiding that. And then one last thing I want to share with you to make this point. Let me come back. Let me come back over here. Hello. One last thing I want to share is what I'm doing right now as we speak. So this is my Rumble advertising uh, campaigns. These are a list of all my campaigns. This is page one. I have 3 pages of it. Well over 100 different advertising campaigns. All of them are topic related. Uh, Again, most of them are against Islam. If I go up here and I want to look at the beast and I hit filter. Oh, well, here's biblical Islam, harlot woman, Allah moon god, abomination of desolation, Islam is the beast, Muhammad man of sin, Muhammad false prophet, son of perdition, Iran is toast, and on it goes, folks. So I've been advertising. It's like Islam. Just for example, where's Islam is the beast? Islam is the beast uh, has had 881 direct clicks from all over the world. Um, you got to think that's somewhere along the line the Muslim community has seen some of this stuff that I do, don't you think? I sure do. So it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder. Um, what the heck is going on? Oh, so right now I am advertising as we speak. Let's see here. Psalm 83 War. It's hitting a 0.62% click through ratio, which is pretty darn good. 0.18. If you can get a 0.18 or above, you have a winning advertisement. And if you were selling something, which I am not, but if you were selling a product, you could do the math. And if you could get a click through ratio, for example, you spend $100 with a 62% ratio. So let's say you get 62 clicks, and out of that you get, 10%. Let's say 6 sales, and if 6 sales makes a profit, well, you're on your way. Now you just keep working that ad, and you just keep making money every day, and it just keeps feeding itself. So that's the theory of advertising. But I don't have anything to sell, so I'm just sending people to information, and I do real good. If I go to the CTR here and I click that, see, there's some here. Jesus evidence, a 2.22%. That means I'm paying less than a nickel per click, of which there have been over 2,200 of them. All right. And so it goes. You can see that my click through ratio is well established, way above 0.18. Let's see how far down we have to go. That's just page one. I'm down to 0.52. So page one is solid. Page two, I guarantee, is too. Probably have to get to page three before you start seeing less than 0.18, which means I'm not advertising them anymore. But at any rate, I just wanted to make the point that I am all over the place with making fun of Islam. Not only making fun of it, but cursing it, God damning it. What more does the guy have to do? So what's the point? The point is that I don't know why God does the things he does, and that's not a complaint. That's just that's just an obvious point on my part. He's got his own plan, and I just want to stay in it, and I can't explain much of any of it. And kind of the point I'm making is why he doesn't break out the voices uh, that are telling the truth. And I'll just take myself out of the mix. Look at Joe. He's been preaching now since 2005. He's just in 2005, so we're looking at 21 years, and he doesn't have more than he has a little over 4,000 official, we'll call them members, to his website. People who have signed up after 21 years, and he is worldwide, and he's all over YouTube. I'm talking millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, untold millions of views. I mean, the man has, I don't know, 2,500 hours of teaching online or more. I mean, the Last Day series is coming up on 600 different sermons. There has never been anybody more prolific on the Christian stage than Pastor Joseph Courts. That's just a fact. And he can't get anybody to sign up. He can't hardly make his budget, which right now is and I've watched this budget go. When I first started watching, I think the budget was, I don't know when it first started. But I just remember the first number I kind of remember was $9,000 a month, and just hardly made that. And every time it raises it, it still just barely makes it and doesn't make it. And right now, after all this time, he's only at $30,000 a month for a budget, and has a hard time making it. And the man has thousands of people watching him. They don't sign up officially; they stay in the shadows. Um, but again, the point is why God doesn't break out the voices is just something he doesn't do. I can't explain that, except to say that we know that the last days are the days of Noah. The days of Noah, only 8 people on the planet out of all the entire world population made it in the ark. And the ark that we have coming up is the rapture, and it's going to be the same. It's going to be more than 8 people. It's going to be whatever that ratio is for the population back in Noah's day to the population now. But it's going to be very few people. So I kind of get why God doesn't break things out, because it just isn't meant to happen that way. And I look forward to seeing that clearly one day here in eternity. But the adversary is the one that interests me so much. Where the where the where the uck is the adversary? I mean, that's the most amazing thing. Um, if you're a magazine in France, which is, of course, a very atheistic country, yeah, you get your headquarters blown up, and you get all kinds of press, and the whole world knows about it. And Islam makes their point that they just won't have it. Well, I get nothing. Joe, I can't say what he gets or doesn't get, but I've never heard of anything. He's mentioned a couple times that, I'm sure he has gotten, over the years, death threats and everything else. But it doesn't seem like very much. And me personally, I'm easy to find as could be. I'm not hiding anywhere. My personal information, address, and everything are all over the internet, because I have a business here, bed and breakfast, and I have to advertise, and I do all kinds of stuff. So the funny part is that Satan won't bring any attention to my making fun of Muhammad and disgracing his name, and I'd piss on him if I could. I mean, that's where I'm at. And so you have to ask, why is that? Because it's just impossible that they don't know about it. So it's a strategic, I believe it's a strategic move, uh, not on their part. I think they're stupid idiots that don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. They're just following. They're just demon possessed. They're just being demonic and doing doing what their boss, their master bids them to do. So it's Satan's, the evil forces themselves, Satan, that is not bringing attention to it. And you have to ask yourself why. And I've come to the conclusion that the answer to the why is because what I'm talking about is exposing the truths that Joe was talking about and trying to get everybody over there to his website to hear them all. All right. That's my whole thing. And everything that, Joe teaches is 100% true and accurate. Um, well, let's not say everything. He is a man, but I'll say when he's preaching, he's on it. Okay. And, so that's what I think. I think the devil is smart enough to not bring attention to either one of us. Not that I put myself on any kind of equal ground of Joe, except for the fact that I've been in the fight uh, longer than he has. A couple of years. I got him beat by a couple of years, I believe. He became a Christian when he was 17. I've been a Christian all my life, but I think I started kind of realizing that I didn't like what I was seeing, and I started protesting in my own way, uh, somewhere around 12, 13 years old. And then really when I got into high school, 15, 16 years old, I was giving it hell. I was starting to give it hell, not against God and Jesus, but against Christianity. What I was seeing and what I was involving myself in the world of Christianity, for my own growth, I was disagreeing with everywhere I went. And I'm talking, I'm in Southern California, so we're talking uh, Robert Schuller at the Crystal Cathedral. We're talking, what's his name? Calvary Chapel. I can't remember the guy's name at the moment. And on the list goes. I was checking them all out. So, at any rate, the point is that the devil's smart enough not to bring attention to Joe or I or anybody like us that has truth connected to their uh, to their talking smack about Muhammad or whatnot or whatever it is. So that's just the way it is. I think it's kind of interesting, and I just wanted to point that out. And again, I hope that I get more people out there that will start discipling and getting the truth out there. And I'm not saying about Islam. That's my deal. I'm not saying anybody has to do that here at the Disciple Mashua. Now, I want you all to create your own niche. If you're all about love, go out there and spread the gospel through love. If you're all about anything else that you can tie the gospel message into and present it to your social media groups and into your world, that's what we want to do. So anyway, let me take my pig ears off here right quick. I'm going to just say goodbye. It's Friday, and you all have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday, God willing. And get out there and do some discipling. And I can tell you, it starts with joining the disciplemachine.com. And if you remember, it starts with participating and wanting to develop some disciple skills and disciple tools that you can go out there on your own and share and start earning those eternal rewards. All right. Have a great day, great weekend. Peace out. And we'll see you next week, God willing.